It's been exactly 1 year, 4 months, and 13 days since the sweet, sweet taste of alcohol last graced these lips. Okay, who am I kidding? We all know that alcohol tastes terrible, and anyone who says otherwise is straight up lying or has some broken taste buds. So in a way, I have been doing myself a favor actually by not having to drink that abhorrent liquid of death. I mean, that's literally how I feel the next day when the hangover comes around. But I quickly came to realize that preserving my taste buds and not being hungover weren't the only benefits from giving up alcohol. So let's dive into what really happens after not drinking for 500 days. Let's start by understanding why people even bother drinking to begin with. It's true that alcohol can help calm your nerves, make you more sociable, and even make you feel good in general through the release of dopamine. Instead of being this awkward guy in the corner, you can be a Chad talking and dancing with the ladies with just a little bit of liquid courage. So I know what you all must be thinking. Brian, are you insane? Why'd you quit drinking then? Well, besides the numerous amount of research papers that have come to light in the recent years showing how much alcohol negatively impacts your health, alcohol has just never really made me feel great. Whether I drank one beer or downed multiple shots, the result was always the same. I just felt nauseous, unwell, without any of the positive drunk feelings. So this meant that when I did drink in the past, I was still that guy in the corner, but with the added bonus of feeling terrible. So looking back, I don't even understand why I kept drinking. Was it because alcohol has become such a big part of our culture in social settings, whether that be college parties or a night out with friends? I thought that being the only person that didn't drink would only make you stand out and miss out on the fun. In fact, it was actually kind of difficult to not drink because there's often so much peer pressure in the environment to try to get others to drink. Whenever I turned down a drink because I was DD or simply didn't want to drink that day, I could already tell what was coming next. Why not? The number of times I heard why not just blew my mind. It's almost as if choosing not to drink was just something that could not be comprehended. Like what? Whenever I did drink, not only would my body feel terrible throughout the night, it's the hangover that I would get the next day that really puts the nail in the coffin for me. Committing to a night of drinking for me effectively means I've committed my entire next day just for recovery. It's almost like God gave me the genes that would result in the worst possible experience with alcohol. When I finally did the math, which I probably should have done a lot sooner, a couple hours of misery drinking equals an entire next day of more misery. But given how alcohol negatively impairs your sleep and health, maybe my suffering related to alcohol is really a blessing in disguise. And so, 500 days ago, I said my goodbyes to alcohol. You won't be missed. And I thought the story ends there. But what I did not expect is how this decision would make such a major impact on my life. The effects were subtle, but definitely noticeable. Even after just 2 weeks, I can tell that I'm mentally more present and just have more energy. And with that extra boost in energy, it was like my body craved physical activity, a feeling I never knew was possible. That actually led me to want to work out more and engage in activities that I genuinely enjoyed, instead of what I would usually be doing, which is laying around, being unproductive, wondering when my life will turn around, and when I finally get an ounce of motivation from all of my negative self-talk, I get distracted from scrolling TikTok and the cycle repeats itself. I don't think that quitting alcohol itself was what led me to break out of the cycle, but rather a series of domino effects that pushed me in the positive direction. After I stopped drinking, my sleep became much better, which boosted my energy levels, and that itself pushed me towards doing all the things that I've been wanting to do but never had the time or energy for. I'm not here to tell you whether or not you should drink, but I really wanted to share my experience because it has really changed my life for the better. It was actually really tough for me to make this decision 500 days ago because of how ingrained alcohol has become within our society. But after seeing the benefits quitting has had on my health, I can confidently say that I'm done with alcohol for good. I hope my experience has helped you figure out where you want alcohol within your own life, and even if you decide to cut back by just a little bit, I'm sure you'll also start seeing the positive effects as well. Please share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. I would really love to hear your own personal experiences with alcohol.